All right, in this video, we're going to talk about working with groups. So in the previous videos, we talked about how to connect to ArcGIS Online and Enterprise. We talked about how to add an item or content, and then we talked about how to publish publishable items such as CSVs, shapefiles, file geodatabase, geopackages, etc. So now we're going to talk about how can we sort of further organize this information into a common group or a common maybe a sub-organization within the place you work, or maybe the school that you attend, etc. So we can use groups to do that. So our group here, it could be about anything that you want. Some groups that you see sometimes are about emergency management. Some you see are about whatever. They can be about maybe a type of data, maybe imagery, and it really doesn't matter what you want it to be. It can be anything you want. So it's going to start by connecting to our GIS from arcgis.gis, import GIS. This is going to give us access to our system. We can then go ahead and connect to our site. I'm going to use the profile again, and I'm going to connect to ArcGIS Online. Now we're going to use, off the GIS class, we're going to use the groups property on there, and that gives you what's called a group manager. A group manager is what is going to give you all the functions to work with individual groups or create a new group or reassign it if you're an administrator. So we're going to go ahead and we're going to search, and we want to take that OpenStreetMap data that we did from the publishing video before, and we're going to add it to a group. So I'm going to go ahead and search for some OpenStreetMap data groups, and then we can see that when I print out to see if I have one, there are none. Great. And if there are, I'm going to go ahead and delete it. But there wasn't, so it didn't matter. I can go ahead and create that group. I can give it a title. I want to allow users to join if they want to work with Iceland data so they can get access to it. I'm going to give it some tags such as geothermal, Iceland, and working group. This is going to allow us to create, allow users search for the groups when they're using it besides just the title name. And we get our new group and it comes back. You'll notice that there's this circle with an X through it, a line through it, and that means I didn't update a thumbnail. I can go back and call group.update and add a nice thumbnail for Iceland if I wanted to. But in this example, we're not. I'm going to go ahead and then I'm going to do a simple search within my organization using the GIS search content.search function. And I'm going to find all feature layers. And if I'm going to share them with the group. So I'm going to go ahead, find all Iceland feature services, and do item.sharing.groups, and then just add to an individual group. I'm then going to go ahead and I'm going to do another search and just check that they were searched. And we can see the few data sets that we have. We're going to see that they've been added here to the OSM Iceland dataset. I'm then going to go ahead and add public content. Now, when you add public content from ArcGIS Online, there could be restrictions. People could not let it be added. It could be the dataset could be the organization could expire. So you have to put in some error handling to handle items that can't be added. So I'm going to say I want to search for this bounding box that's over top of Iceland, and pass that into the search. And I'm also going to say I only want to add web maps. So I'm going to say Iceland. It has to be something related to Iceland. We're going to want this type of web map, and we want this bounding box. So we're going to GIS the content.advanced search, pass that in. This is going to give us back a dictionary object. Unlike the regular search, it gives us a little more information, so it comes back as a dictionary. But we're only interested in the results, which are items. So I'm going to go ahead and start sharing all these items with the group. So I'm going to take each item, call that sharing endpoint off of the item, and then share, and then with the groups that I want to add. If for any reason, I cannot share it to my own group, I just want to ignore it and move on. And from the search, I can see that I have 101 items now in the OSM Iceland group. It's great. I've associated data with my group in my organization, and now I want people to use it. Because I'm an administrator right now, I'm going to go ahead and force people to join my group. So I'm going to search for all the users. I'm going to use list comprehension here, and I'm going to grab some users. I'm then going to go ahead and add those users to my group by calling add users. And this not added, it seems a little counterintuitive for a lot of people when they first start working with the system, but not added basically means if something's in there for some reason I couldn't add user X to group Y. I can go and verify that the people were added. I have a bunch of dummy accounts. And then I can also remove users as well. I just do group.remove. I can verify that some users were removed or that I still have them. And then at the end, I can go ahead and delete my group. Now, the nice thing about deleting groups, unlike other functions, is that it doesn't affect any of the content whatsoever. All those items, they just no longer have that association with the group, and everything's A-OK. So now we saw another way how we could share out data and share information with ArcGIS Online. I hope you enjoyed this video. Let me know if you have any questions.